Welcome to our U.S. briefing program. Today, we dive into the rising significance of the Brics bloc as Brazil's foreign minister emphasizes their commitment to cooperation amidst external trade pressures from the U.S. With an upcoming summit, the group is determined to stand united against tariff threats and push for coordinated efforts on global issues like climate finance. In sports news, the Florida Panthers have made a triumphant return, clinching a 4-1 victory over the Nashville Predators. Bennett showcased his prowess by completing a Gordie Howe hat trick, while rookie Justin Sourdif made a memorable NHL debut. The Panthers are now gearing up to take on the Oilers next. Lastly, dockworkers on the U.S. East and Gulf Coasts have successfully approved a 6-year contract, averting a potential strike that could have disrupted the economy. With nearly 99% support, this agreement promises significant pay raises and addresses automation concerns, ensuring labor peace for years to come. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post reports that Brazilian Foreign Minister Mauro Vieira has declared that the Brics bloc is more relevant than ever as Brazil prepares to host the upcoming summit in July amidst escalating trade tensions with the United States. Vieira emphasized the group's commitment to enhancing cooperation among emerging economies, especially in light of President Trump's threats to impose hefty tariffs on Brics nations that attempt to diminish their reliance on the U.S. dollar. He pointed out that Brics is not pursuing a new currency but is seeking to facilitate trade using local currencies, which would help shield their businesses from U.S. financial institutions. As the bloc faces challenges from protectionist policies and trade fragmentation, Vieira highlighted the need for a multilateral approach that serves the global south and fosters a multipolar economic order. Brazil aims to unify Brics members on critical issues like climate finance ahead of the upcoming COP30 climate summit, marking a significant evolution in the bloc's role beyond just economic collaboration. Yahoo US covers the exciting victory of the Florida Panthers over the Nashville Predators, with Bennett shining in the spotlight by completing a Gordie Howe hat trick. The Panthers took control early in the game, scoring first thanks to a clever pass from Sam Reinhart to Bennett, who easily found the back of the net. The momentum continued into the second period when Justin Sourdif scored his first NHL goal, extending the lead to 2-0. Despite a brief scare when the Predators scored, the Panthers responded with goals from Gus Forsling and a final touch from Bennett, sealing the 4-1 win. Bennett's performance not only contributed to the team's success but also showcased his growing prowess, scoring in 3 of the last 5 games and proving to be a valuable asset as they head into a Stanley Cup rematch. According to the Associated Press, dockworkers on the U.S. East and Gulf Coasts have overwhelmingly approved a 6-year contract, effectively averting a potentially crippling strike. The International Longshoremen's Association Union reached a tentative agreement with the U.S. Maritime Alliance, which was ratified by nearly 99% of the rank-and-file members. The contract promises a substantial 62% pay increase over the 6 years, raising top hourly wages significantly. ILA President Harold Daggett hailed the agreement as the gold standard for dockworker unions worldwide, following a challenging negotiation process that included a brief strike. The new contract also addresses concerns regarding automation, allowing ports to modernize while ensuring that new workers must be hired, thus preserving jobs. This contract is expected to usher in a period of labor peace, preventing disruptions that could have severe implications for the economy and supply chains. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports that Elon Musk's Doge initiative has led to significant unrest within the U.S. government, culminating in the resignation of 21 employees from the Department of Efficiency. These civil servants, who previously worked for the United States Digital Service, expressed their refusal to utilize their technical skills to undermine essential public services. In a joint resignation letter, they stated their commitment to serving the American people and the Constitution but felt they could no longer uphold these values under the current administration. They raised concerns over the integration of their roles into Doge and the potential security risks posed by inexperienced political ideologues now tasked with critical government functions. Al Jazeera highlights the Trump administration's controversial decision to take control of the White House press pool, a move criticized as an attack on press freedom. The administration plans to dictate which journalists and media organizations will have access to cover President Trump, challenging the long-standing role of the White House Correspondents Association. Spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt announced that while traditional outlets would retain access, new media would be included, signaling a shift in how press coverage is managed. The WHCA has expressed strong opposition to this decision, emphasizing the importance of an independent press in a democratic society. President Trump, in a later briefing, asserted the administration's newfound control over press access. Associated Press paints a vivid picture of life on Yonaguni, a small Japanese island now at the forefront of geopolitical tensions due to military buildup amid fears of conflict over Taiwan. Once a tranquil locale, the island is transforming as the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force establishes a presence, prompting mixed feelings among residents. While some welcome the military for economic reasons, others, like innkeeper Fumi Kano, lament the loss of their peaceful way of life and the environmental impact of militarization. With a shrinking population and a growing military presence, the island's future hangs in the balance as locals grapple with the implications of becoming a frontline in potential regional conflicts, raising fears reminiscent of the devastating Battle of Okinawa. Nikkei Asia, TikTok is actively negotiating with the Trump administration to find a solution to the impending Sailor ban ultimatum, aiming to retain control within its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. Key figures in these discussions include U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, who are exploring options that would allow U.S. investors to hold a larger stake without transferring TikTok's algorithms. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act restricts foreign ownership to 20%, complicating negotiations. The ultimate decision rests in the hands of President Trump, who holds the power to amend the law's language or extend deadlines for a resolution. The stakes are high, as any agreement must navigate the complexities of U.S.-China relations, especially concerning technology transfer restrictions imposed by Beijing. Meanwhile, TikTok's operational future in the U.S. hangs in the balance, with potential U.S. investor interest and the possibility of a sovereign wealth fund complicating the landscape. Associated Press, in a significant shift, Utah's Republican-controlled House has approved a bill that would require voters to opt in for mail-in ballots, potentially dismantling the state's universal mail-in voting system. This change comes amid Republican efforts to enhance election security and trust, despite previous findings of no widespread fraud in Utah elections. The bill mandates that voters include specific identification details when returning ballots by mail, which critics argue could lead to confusion and lower voter turnout, particularly among vulnerable populations. The proposal, which has garnered mixed reactions within the Republican Party, aims to streamline the voting process while addressing security concerns. Additionally, other legislative measures are being considered to further alter election operations, including changes to the role of the lieutenant governor in overseeing elections and the elimination of same-day voter registration. Governor Spencer Cox has expressed confidence in election integrity but acknowledges the need for faster vote counting to maintain public trust. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything. Laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too, we've got the A to Z for you. find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything. Laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too.